Hello, I'm Matt, and welcome to BeamerGen. BeamerGen was a project that I started about a month ago while experimenting getting large language models to read and write and interpret in the LaTex coding language. So if you're an academic, particularly in mathematics or physics or the applied sciences engineering, then you're definitely already using LaTex to write your papers. You may be using Beamer to write your presentation slides. If you're not familiar, Beamer is the LaTeX document class for writing presentation slides. And that's where BeamerGen comes in. BeamerGen is a tool that reads academic papers in your LaTeX projects and constructs a generative AI to write your presentation slides with you. To develop BeamerGen, we designed some specialized tooling for interpreting LaTeX with large language models. And this is one of the few tools that you can go online and use today that has what's called an embedded AI agent under the hood. So if you're not familiar with agents, don't worry about it. For now, I'm just going to show you how to use the tool. So if you're watching this video, then you've probably already found the link. But if you haven't, the link to BeamerGen is beamergen.versil.app. And when you click on the link, a page something like this will appear, and we'll click on Getting Started, and it's going to ask you to upload a LaTeX project. So at this point, I'm going to navigate to Overleaf because Overleaf is the site that I use to work on my LaTeX projects, and I'll pick a paper at random. Let's choose this one. Not actually quite sure. So this is a paper of mine from 2020, and I'm just compiling it here to show you that it's a real paper that has figures and equations. This was published at the IEEE Conference on Decision and Controls back in 2020. Okay, so this is the paper. There's some figures, there's an algorithm block, some TIX figures, and what we're just going to do is we're going to take the paper and download it. When you click download on Overleaf, you'll be given a zip file, and we're just going to save that zip file locally. Why does it make it so difficult? Okay. All right, then we're going to go back to BeamerGen, and we are going to find our zip file. So I chose CDC 2020. Okay, and it asks you here for the name of the main text file. So this is the file that you have to run to generate your paper. And in my case, it is main.txt, so we'll just leave that the way it is, but you can modify this if you would like, and you'll click Submit. Okay, and at this point, you're brought to the BeamerGen LaTeX editor. Okay, so this is just a normal LaTeX editor. You can write anything you want here. Hi, my name is Matt. You can click Compile, and it'll compile the LaTeX for you. Okay, so BeamerGen is specific to Beamer presentations, so we start with the Beamer document class, and you can see on the right that this is compiled and created a little slide. Hi, my name is Matt. Okay, and if you wanted, you could just design your whole presentation here. You could create frames. You could do all sorts of things. But the main functionality of BeamerGen is actually this language model-based AI that lives under the hood and can work on your papers with you. So there's a task box, and you can enter any task that you want. The AI will read your paper, find the requisite information, and attempt to complete the task on your document. So in this case, we're given an initial task that says make a title slide that contains the name of the paper, the authors, and the date. Okay, and we can edit this if we want. It has some extra stuff about making sure the information is correct. I'm not sure that's needed. So when the task looks right for us, we'll click Generate. And it usually takes about 20 to 30 seconds to generate the material. Okay, and just like that, we have a title slide. Enforcing Safety at Runtime for Systems with Disturbances. This was authored by myself and my PhD advisor, Sam Coogan. Okay, and the LaTeX is updated. We can edit it. So say I don't like my full name. Let's just call me Matt. And let's call Sam because that's what he goes by too. Okay, and we can compile it again. And these changes will be applied. Cool. Let's keep going. Let's say add a motivation. slide. Okay, and if we'd like, we can even give the AI a little bit of a hint of where we'd like it. So let's leave a comment in the code, add the motivation slide here. Okay, and now we click generate. And what's going to happen is it's going to crunch under the hood, create the slide based on information from your paper, and then append it to the presentation at the location of the comment. You don't need the comments, but if you've played with language models before, you know that sometimes more information can be helpful. So let's see what happens. Okay, great, a motivation slide. Safety. Critical systems require provable guarantees of safety. Runtime safety enforcement is crucial for systems with disturbances. Okay, this paper presents a method to enforce safety at runtime for systems with disturbances using control barrier functions and active set invariants. Okay, so this is pretty good. What else? So we can just keep rolling like this. I can add a mathematical preliminary slide if I want, but I can also just change the slide. So for example, I liked the slide layout. I like Madrid, but maybe I'd prefer the color scheme to be red. Can we make the color scheme? Make the color scheme red. And I think this will be the first sort of visual appearance edit that we'll make. I think that a main benefit of using LaTeX is that it becomes very, very easy to correctly write and style equations with a lot of equations or sentences with a lot of special characters or symbols. Okay, but what you sacrifice a little bit with LaTeX is that it can become a bit difficult to change the visual appearance. Okay, so now we have a red color theme. It can become a bit difficult to understand how you can make modifications to change the visual format. For presentation slides, this is obviously a big deal. So now what I'm going to do is let's add a figure. Let's add, what do I want to add? Let's add a slide titled case study. Okay, and let's add a figure with the problem setting. Case study. Okay, so we'll see how the AI does at this. If I was writing the presentation to be presented at the conference, for example, you probably wouldn't want to jump right from the motivation to the case study. You would write perhaps an outline, something with mathematical preliminaries, the main results, theorem blocks. These can all be added in as well. I'm just here trying to demonstrate the ability okay, so now we have a figure, the problem setting of the case study. Problem setting, x1, x2, and x3 are the vehicle velocities, z1 and z2 are the interaction distances when connectivity is given by this equation. So, oh no, so now we have an equation reference that's missing. And if you actually look down at the instruction box, it knows what equation is missing. It took the correct figure caption from the paper, and that figure caption referenced this equation, which I named Antonio instead of something more descriptive. I think Antonio came up with that equation for me. And I actually know what that equation is. It's just a connectivity matrix, if I remember correctly. So in a normal setting, I'd probably go add that equation or something. But here, since it's just a connectivity matrix, we'll leave it out. Interagent distances, cool. All right, so this looks sort of what I'd like. I'd like the figure to be a little bit bigger, though. A little bit bigger. I could manually go and edit the text width. But let's have the AI do it. Let's say make the case study figure a little bit bigger, and I'll say just a little bit because I don't want it to go overboard. And yeah, I mean, this is the main, this is the tool. It's just like a LaTeX editor. We're working on building functionalities to store projects, to create like a user authentication, to give you files saved online. But for now, when you're done, after you've uploaded your zip file and you've worked on the presentation enough, you think it's in a good state, we give you the ability to download the project as a zip file, and then you can upload it to any other LaTeX editor that you would like. All right, so the equation, yeah, okay, see, it used to be with 0.4, and now it's with 0.5. Let's make it with 0.7 because, you know, I'll just compile it myself. And then when we're done with this, okay, so that's big enough. When we're done, you just download the project. Okay, got my output zip. Cool. And you know, now I can go edit it elsewhere. So this is a description of BeamerGen. Thank you for listening. I hope that it saves you time in your presentation slide writing process, and I hope it gives you new ideas for how large language models can help you in the future. So thank you.